Welcome back to the channel where we bring you the most jaw-dropping, controversial, and eye-opening stories shaking up the gospel world and beyond. And today, we've got a firestorm brewing. One that's not just about ministry, it's about identity, pain, and truth. On one side, you've got LeAndria Johnson, the raw, unfiltered powerhouse whose voice can move mountains. On the other, Bishop Patrick Wooden, a respected yet unapologetically outspoken church leader known for preaching without compromise. But this isn't your average church disagreement. This is personal. This is spiritual. And this is going viral, for all the wrong, or maybe right reasons. It all started with one sermon. Bishop Wooden, known for his firebrand preaching and no-nonsense approach to holiness, took the pulpit, and didn't hold back. Without mentioning her name at first, he criticized a popular gospel singer's public behavior, her use of profanity, her past struggles with addiction, and her bold, unpolished ministry style. But it didn't take long for people to realize who he meant. And then, he made it crystal clear. We've got so-called gospel singers who think because they can sing, they're anointed to lead people. But when you live like the world and curse like the world, you're leading folks to hell, not heaven. The crowd erupted. Some with amens. Others with stunned silence. And social media? It lit up like wildfire. Let's be real, LeAndria Johnson has never been shy about her flaws. In fact, she's owned them. Ever since winning Season 3 of BET's Sunday Best in 2010, she's been the voice of the broken, the real, the overlooked. A divorced single mom, open about her battles with alcoholism, depression, and church hurt, LeAndria never played perfect. She once said in an interview, "I smoke. I drink. I say what I feel. But I love God with all my heart, and He loves me back." That rawness made her relatable to thousands. But it also made her a target for criticism, especially from traditional church leaders. And let's not forget, in 2018, she went viral for a controversial Instagram Live, where she called out the gospel industry and church hypocrisy while appearing drunk. That moment became a turning point, sparking debates about transparency, professionalism, and what gospel artists are allowed to be. So when Bishop Wooden's sermon dropped, many wondered, would LeAndria stay quiet this time? Nope. In a 25-minute Instagram Live that has since gone viral, LeAndria responded, and it wasn't a rant. It was a sermon. A testimony. A reclamation. Calm but fierce, she opened with the words, "I am tired of being your punching bag. I'm not perfect. But I'm not your project either." She called out the toxic expectations placed on gospel artists. "Y'all want me clean, sanctified, dressed up on stage. But when I'm struggling, when I'm hurting, where's the church? Where's the bishop then?" She didn't attack Bishop Wooden by name, but everyone knew who she meant. And what followed hit a nerve across gospel circles. LeAndria then went in on the double standards in the church. Y'all crucify women when they fall. But when it's a man, y'all throw a prayer circle and call it restoration. She called out the system that forgives in private but shames in public. That demands transparency from artists, but offers none in return. And then came the mic drop moment. "You can talk about my scars. But remember, scars mean I survived. You can't shame me with what I already overcame." That quote exploded across social media. Screenshotted. Shared. Preached. Because in that moment, LeAndria wasn't just defending herself. She was speaking for every person who's ever felt pushed out by church culture. The response? quiet, but powerful. Gospel stars like Tasha Cobbs Leonard liked the video. Kiara Sherd reposted a quote about letting people heal on their own terms. Jonathan McReynolds tweeted, "Grace ain't grace if you only give it to people who behave like you." Behind the scenes, sources say some pastors were furious. Others? Convicted. Because this wasn't just a feud, it was a mirror. And a lot of folks didn't like what they saw. Churchgoers flooded the comments. "This is why people are leaving the church. She's not lying, she's living." This hit different. And suddenly, the gospel industry found itself at a crossroads. LeAndria Johnson's clapback didn't destroy the church. It exposed a wound that's been festering for years. The pressure to perform. The judgment. The isolation. The lack of grace. Her video forced a conversation that church folks have kept hush-hush for too long. What do we really believe about redemption? Who gets to be called? What does being used by God really look like? For many, LeAndria isn't a rebel. She's a reformer. A woman who refuses to hide her pain, because she knows healing is in the open. And like she said, "I'm not trying to tear the church down. But I won't let it tear me down either." Whether you agree with her or not. One thing's clear, LeAndria Johnson isn't going anywhere. Her voice still moves hearts. Her story still reaches souls. And her message? It's loud. It's clear. And it's needed. This moment isn't about scandal. It's about awakening. So the question is, are we listening? If this story stirred something in you, whether it made you pause, reflect, or even feel a little uncomfortable, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your engagement helps us continue bringing you the bold, emotional, and thought-provoking stories that others are too afraid to touch. Now, we want to hear from you. Do you think LeAndria Johnson went too far? Was her raw honesty a step over the line? Or was it a necessary wake-up call for a church that's often been accused of hiding behind perfection and performance? Is the church finally being challenged to face its flaws? Or was this just another moment of messy drama caught on camera? Share your thoughts in the comments, we read every single one. Because whether you agree or disagree, one thing is certain, this is a conversation that won't be silenced anytime soon. Let's keep it going.